Hello everyone, I am Manoj PS from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. I am studying in 6th semester BE from the Department of Information Science and Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about numbers and measurements, mathematics in Indian knowledge system. The subject code is IKS 609. The Indian knowledge system represents the scientific, mathematical, philosophical, and cultural wisdom developed in ancient India over thousands of years. Mathematics was one of the most advanced fields in ancient India and played an essential role in astronomy, architecture, trade, agriculture, and daily life. Indian scholars introduced revolutionary ideas such as zero, the decimal place value system, advanced geometry, algebra, and standardized measurements. These discoveries transformed global mathematics and became the foundation for modern science and computing. Introduction to Indian mathematics. Indian mathematics began developing during the Vedic age around 1500 BCE. Early mathematical ideas are found in the Vedas and Sulba Sutras, which explain geometrical methods for constructing fire altars used in rituals. Over time, Indian scholars developed arithmetic, algebra, trigonometry, and astronomy. Mathematics was not studied only as an academic subject but also as a practical science useful for solving real life problems related to trade, land measurement, temple construction, and calendar preparation. Evolution of numbers in India. Ancient civilizations used different numeral systems, but many were complicated and difficult for calculations. Indian mathematicians simplified this process by creating a positional numeral system using symbols for numbers 0 to 9. Early forms of Indian numerals can be seen in Brahmi inscriptions. Over centuries, these symbols evolved into the modern digits used worldwide today. The simplicity and efficiency of Indian numerals made mathematical operations much easier compared to Roman numerals. Discovery of zero. The invention of zero completely transformed mathematics. Before zero, writing large numbers and performing calculations was very difficult. Ancient Indian mathematicians introduced zero as both a symbol representing emptiness and a numerical value. Brahmagupta, a famous Indian mathematician, gave mathematical rules for addition, subtraction, and multiplication involving zero in the 7th century. The concept of zero later became essential for algebra, calculus, computers, and digital systems. Decimal place value system. The place value system is one of the most important achievements in mathematics. In this system, the value of a digit changes depending on its position in a number. For example, the number 5 represents different values in 5, 50, and 500. Ancient Indian scholars used this system for accurate calculations involving astronomy, taxation, accounting, and commerce. This system became the foundation for modern arithmetic used worldwide today. Large number system in ancient India. Indian scholars were among the first to systematically use very large numbers. Ancient Sanskrit texts contain terms for numbers extending into millions, billions, and beyond. These large numbers were used in astronomy to measure planetary distances and in cosmology to describe cycles of creation and destruction in the universe. This demonstrates the advanced mathematical imagination and intellectual capacity of ancient Indian thinkers. Measurements in ancient India. Measurement systems were essential in ancient Indian society for trade, architecture, farming, and scientific observations. Initially, body parts such as fingers and hands were used as references, but later standardized units developed. Builders, merchants, and farmers depended on accurate measurements for daily activities. Ancient Indian texts describe detailed systems for measuring land, grains, metals, and distances. Geometry in Sulba Sutras. Sulba Sutras contain ancient Indian geometry. The Sulba Sutras are ancient Sanskrit texts containing mathematical and geometrical instructions. Priests used geometry to build fire altars with precise shapes and dimensions for religious rituals. The texts describe methods for constructing squares, rectangles, circles, and triangles using ropes and measurements. They also contain concepts equivalent to the Pythagoras theorem centuries before Pythagoras. Contributions of Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta was one of India's greatest mathematicians. He wrote a famous text, Aryabhatiya. He contributed to astronomy and trigonometry, calculated an accurate value of pi. He introduced sine functions and improved astronomical predictions. Contributions of Brahmagupta. Brahmagupta developed algebraic methods, defined operations involving zero and negative numbers, worked on geometry and astronomy. He wrote a famous text called Brahmasputa Siddhanta, introduced advanced algebraic thinking, and worked on quadratic equations. Measurements of time in ancient India. Ancient Indians developed sophisticated time measurement systems. Time calculations were linked with astronomy. Calendars were scientifically prepared and used for rituals, agriculture, and navigation. Mathematics in architecture and engineering. Ancient Indian architects used mathematical principles extensively while constructing temples, palaces, wells, and cities. Geometry and ratios ensured balance, symmetry, and beauty in structures. Texts like Vastu Shastra and Shilpa Shastra provided scientific guidelines for measurements and design. Relevance of IKS mathematics in real world. The contributions of Indian mathematics continue to shape modern technology and education. Computers operate using binary systems built on the concepts of zero and numbers. Mathematical methods developed in ancient India are still used in engineering, finance, astronomy, and scientific research. Studying IKS helps students understand both the historical and practical importance of mathematics. Conclusion. The Indian knowledge system demonstrates the scientific brilliance of ancient India. Indian scholars developed groundbreaking ideas in numbers, measurements, geometry, algebra, and astronomy long before many other civilizations. These innovations became the foundation of modern mathematics and technology. Learning about Indian knowledge system helps preserve cultural heritage while inspiring future generations to pursue scientific advancement and innovation. Mathematics is one of the India's greatest gift to the world.